Welcome Game Pulsers to this weekly games updates. Sony's PlayStation Portal gaming handheld takes a major leap forward with cloud streaming beta. Sony has unveiled an eagerly anticipated feature for its PlayStation Portal handheld device, cloud game streaming capability. The beta test for this functionality launches today in select regions, with European territories scheduled to join the program on Wednesday. This significant update is exclusively available to PlayStation Plus premium subscribers, marking a strategic move in Sony's mobile gaming initiative. The beta launch arrives approximately 1 year after the Portal's initial release, addressing one of the device's most notable limitations. Early reviews, including our comprehensive analysis, highlighted the Portal's somewhat unclear value proposition and target demographic, a criticism that cloud streaming functionality could potentially resolve. Game library and compatibility. The beta test launches with an impressive roster of over 120 titles from the PlayStation 5 Plus game catalog, including several high-profile releases: Dave the Diver, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Monster Hunter Rise, Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart. While the current beta phase focuses exclusively on PS5 titles, notably absent is support for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 games. However, this limitation may be temporary, with potential expansion to legacy platforms possible upon the feature's full release. Additional improvements. Beyond the headline cloud streaming feature, the update introduces refined audio controls and volume management options. These quality-of-life improvements, while welcome, are overshadowed by the transformative potential of cloud gaming functionality, which represents a significant evolution in the Portal's capabilities and market positioning. This update positions the PlayStation Portal as a more versatile gaming device, potentially broadening its appeal to both casual and dedicated PlayStation enthusiasts seeking a more flexible gaming experience. Strinova is a third-person hero shooter coming out this week, and its recent closed beta functioned more like an open beta despite the label. Its anime art style caught my eye, so I decided to register and try it out. While this hero shooter had much in common with others in the genre, I thoroughly enjoyed the new mechanics it introduced. This new third-person shooter from iDreamSky has elements players of Counter-Strike 2, Overwatch, and Valorant will find familiar, such as game modes and agent roles. However, the game sets itself apart by implementing a mechanic called Stringify, allowing agents to turn from 3D into paper-thin 2D models. Stringify allows agents to avoid gunfire, climb up walls, and even glide through the air, but they can't shoot or use abilities while stringified. This mechanic allows for possibilities like chambering sniper rifle rounds while minimizing one's hitbox and traversing walls mid-gunfight. It was incredibly entertaining to move around like this, but it isn't so over the top like how some Call of Duty games and Titanfall implement movement mechanics. Spamming glides or sprints won't do much good. Each agent has unique abilities and primary weapons, while secondary weapons and grenades can be swapped out. You have many familiar roles like snipers, designated marksmen with semi-automatic rifles, mid-range assault units, and close-quarters focused brawlers armed with shotguns. The abilities range from defensive supports to lone wolf offensive kits, though Strinova doesn't encourage engaging groups of enemies alone due to a longer time to kill. My favorite agent from the open beta is Meredith, a mid-range assault agent who can glide in mid-air longer due to a time-slowing mechanic. Her gunplay feels almost inspired by Warframe Zephyr, who also has extended airtime. Meredith also has area denial abilities that apply debuffs, most significantly with her ultimate skill that drains HP temporarily while limiting vision. Another standout is Audrey, whose ability turns her into a stationary turret and lets her fire her machine gun without recoil or reloading. However, you'll want to watch out for overheating. She has a limited shield that blocks some incoming fire while aiming down the sights, but there's a catch. Despite being a bullet hose, she's vulnerable to a single sniper headshot, and a shotgun user can take her out quickly before she enters turret mode, which has a longer start of animation. There were 4 game modes in the open beta: Team Deathmatch, Team Arena, Escort, and Demolition. Escort is similar to what Overwatch offers, which has an attacking team escorting a payload to the goal. Demolition is basically competitive Counter-Strike. Team Deathmatch has 5 teams of 3 fighting each other, while Team Arena has a 7v7 format. In the last 2 game modes, ultimate skills are disabled. Based on my experience, Strinova has a longer time to kill, which forces players to be more tactical, especially when everyone can use Stringify to move around. I was forced to ditch my highly aggressive playstyle and employ proper movement and peeking to ensure I survive gunfights. Since each agent gets to turn 2D, glide, and climb walls, there are plenty of ways to get the drop on opponents. Servonauts is a wildly innovative cooperative management simulation that thrusts players into the precarious world of intergalactic fuel service. Set against the backdrop of the hilariously indifferent Astroil Corporation, the game transforms the mundane task of refueling vehicles into a high-stakes, potentially explosive adventure. Players take on the role of expendable service station attendants working across an array of exotic and dangerous galactic locations, where a single mistake can lead to catastrophic consequences. The core of the game revolves around 3 fundamental gameplay elements: intricate fuel refinement, physics-defying pipeline engineering, and chaotic multiplayer cooperation. Players must navigate a complex system of fuel processing, carefully combining different fuel types to meet the specific requirements of incoming vehicles. The game's unique pipeline system adds an additional layer of challenge, featuring wobbly, physically simulated pipes that can bend, stretch, and occasionally fail in spectacularly comedic ways. What sets Servonauts apart is its commitment to cooperative play and emerging gameplay. Whether playing solo with an AI assistant or joining forces with up to 3 friends in local couch co-op, players will find themselves constantly challenged by the game's dynamic environment. The ultimate goal is to earn gold stars by successfully processing fuel, managing pipelines, and avoiding the numerous potential disasters that lurk around every corner of the service station. Fuel refinement in Servonauts is a delicate and dangerous art. Players interact with a sophisticated processing station featuring multiple input tanks, refinement machines, and combination slots. The game offers a diverse range of fuel types, including standard destroyable petroleum, cosmic diesel, plasma concentrate, quantum essence, and experimental hybrid blends. Each fuel type comes with its own unique properties and processing requirements, challenging players to master precise temperature and pressure management. The pipeline mechanics form the heart of the game's physical comedy. These patent-pending pipes are anything but straightforward, featuring a wobbly, physics-simulated design that makes fuel routing a thrilling challenge. Players must carefully construct and manipulate pipe segments, managing flow rates, pressure, and the ever-present risk of catastrophic failure. The pipes boast a tongue-in-cheek, partial lava resistance, a feature that highlights the game's commitment to workplace absurdity. Multiplayer dynamics elevate the experience from a simple management sim to a truly cooperative or competitive adventure. In single-player mode, an AI assistant provides guidance and support, while multiplayer modes allow for up to 4 players to take on distinct roles. These roles include fuel processor, pipeline engineer, vehicle coordinator, and emergency response specialist. Each player's actions directly impact the team's success, creating a dynamic and unpredictable gameplay experience. The universe of Servonauts is a vibrant, comedically dangerous frontier where service stations exist in the most extreme environments imaginable. Players will find themselves working in locations ranging from volcanic asteroid refineries to zero-gravity space stations, toxic waste processing planets, and quantum-unstable fuel depots. Each environment presents its own unique challenges, pushing the limits of both player skill and workplace safety. At the heart of the game's world is the Astroil Corporation, a comically ruthless company that views its employees as entirely replaceable. The narrative tone is defined by dark workplace humor, satirical safety messaging, and a running gag about the perpetually canceled vacations of the Servonauts. Disclaimers about employee injuries and potential dimensional rifts are delivered with a wink and a nod, emphasizing the game's commitment to absurdist comedy. The scoring system revolves around a gold star rating that evaluates players on multiple criteria: efficiency of fuel processing, minimal pipeline failures, speed of vehicle servicing, and most importantly, avoiding explosive incidents all contribute to the final score. As players progress, they unlock increasingly complex and hazardous service stations, each presenting more challenging fuel types and more elaborate processing technologies. Beloved Clone Wars heroes Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the fearsome Sith Lord Darth Vader are now available in Brawlhalla as mythic crossovers. Alongside these Force users, check out the Force Levitation emote, Asgardian lightsaber weapon skins, and new avatars and emojis available in Brawlhalla. Follow the cross lightsabers to find all the Star Wars-themed items. All lightsaber weapon skins include custom FX and sound swaps for light attacks and pickups. Log in anytime during the event to receive the free Jedi Knight title reward. In Brawlhalla, Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader mirror the abilities of Ezio. Ahsoka Tano and Obi-Wan Kenobi mirror the abilities of Asuri and Val, respectively. All Star Wars-themed items will stay in Brawlhalla after the event ends. Featuring Anakin Skywalker, a compassionate yet reckless Jedi Knight believed to be the prophesied Chosen One, mirrors the abilities of Ezio, Sword/Orb. Anakin fights using his unmatched lightsaber skills and a Jedi training remote. His non-traditional fighting style allows him to gain the upper hand in the grand tournament. Obi-Wan Kenobi, a legendary Jedi master, noble and gifted in the ways of the Force, mirrors the abilities of Val, Sword/Gauntlets. Serene and skillful, the Negotiator uses his resilient lightsaber fighting style, his connection to the Force, and Republic General's clone armored gauntlets in Brawlhalla. Ahsoka Tano, once a Padawan, now an outcast who helps those in need no matter what, mirrors the abilities of Asuri, Sword/Katars. Ahsoka Tano fights in Valhalla with her unique acrobatic fighting style. She uses both a single lightsaber and her dual katana and Shoto lightsabers, featuring custom Katars light attack animations for her unique reverse lightsaber grip. Darth Vader, a dark lord of the Sith tasked with hunting down the Jedi, mirrors the abilities of Ezio, Sword/Orb. Vader brawls using his unmatched skill with a lightsaber and brutal command of the dark side of the Force, featuring all new cape animations. Fortnite should make these 3 changes to make the game a lot better. 1. Vehicles should be designed primarily for quick getaways and repositioning during combat encounters, rather than as offensive weapons. Since this is a third-person shooter game, the focus should be on gunplay, abilities, and tactical maneuvers, not using vehicles to simply ram and damage opponents. Vehicles should provide a significant mobility boost to enable swift rotations and escapes, but their offensive capabilities should be limited to avoid becoming the dominant force in firefights. For example, vehicles could have weak front-facing armor that makes them vulnerable to focused enemy fire, incentivizing players to use them strategically for transport rather than frontline fighting. 2. Map design should create diverse tactical scenarios that reward different playstyles and loadouts. An open, rural map with wide sightlines may encourage the use of long-range weapons, cover-based positioning, and area denial tools like mines and other traps. Players could lay custom mines in key locations to guard flanks or choke points, forcing opponents to navigate cautiously. In contrast, an urban map with narrow streets and multi-level buildings would suit short to medium-range combat, vertical movement, and more close-quarters abilities. Shielded players may become valuable support roles, using their protective abilities to enable aggressive pushes by their unshielded teammates. To bolster the viability of support roles, the nurse character should be introduced having quick-acting healing ability that rapidly restores health to injured allies. This could manifest as a short-range targeted heal, an area of effect burst, or even a triage ability that prioritizes reviving down teammates. The nurse's healing should be strong enough to meaningfully impact combat encounters, but have a cooldown or resource cost to prevent it from becoming a crutch. Automatically recharging shields on all players, rather than relying on consumed health packs, will further emphasize the nurse's importance in sustaining their team's fighting strength. 3. Clearly indicating chest contents is crucial for allowing players to make rapid decisions during hectic fights. Chest icons, floating text labels, or other visual indicators should provide immediate information about what each container holds, whether that's ammunition, health, shields, or power-ups. This transparency prevents unnecessary risk-taking or wasted time as players frantically search for specific resources. It also enables more strategic planning, as players can coordinate with their team to divide up loot responsibilities or target particular chest types. In a high-stakes shooter, any quality-of-life improvements that minimize downtime and maximize battlefield awareness are invaluable. In summary, the detailed vehicle mechanics, diverse map designs, support-focused abilities, and transparent loot system should all combine to create a dynamic, tactically rich shooter experience. Players will need to carefully coordinate their team composition and loadouts to counter the unique challenges posed by each environment, rather than relying on a one-size-fits-all approach. The mobility, defensive, and informational systems will empower skilled players to outmaneuver, outlast, and outplay their opponents. The 2024 Game Awards nominees have just been announced, and a broad mix of 96 different games, teams, and individuals picked up nods across a range of categories. As ever, though, many folks are sure to be riled up about what did and did not make the cut. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second installment of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, and the utterly wonderful Astro Bot lead the way with 7 nominations each. Metaphor, Refantasio, a fantasy JRPG from the Persona 5 team, is right behind with 6 nods, while the excellent poker-esque roguelike Balatro and the Silent Hill 2 remake have 5 each. Who do you think will win the Game Awards? Let us know in the comments below. Say for Silent Hill 2, all of those are shortlisted for the Game of the Year prize. The other 2 contenders are Black Myth, Wukong, and Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. The latter is an admittedly huge expansion for the event's 2022 GOTY winner, though the DLC's inclusion in the top category this year may be controversial to some. According to the ceremony's FAQ, expansion packs, new game seasons, DLCs, remakes, and remasters are eligible in all categories if the jury deems the new creative and technical work to be worthy of a nomination. Factors such as the newness of the content and its price/value should be taken into consideration. A jury of more than 100 media and influencer outlets from across the globe determines the nominees. PlayStation received more nominations than any other publisher this year with 16. Square Enix and Xbox landed 12 each, while Sega snagged 11. Bandai Namco received 7 and Nintendo has 6. It's always great that a bunch of great, deserving indie games are recognized. It's perhaps not too surprising that Balatro picked up so many nominations. Many of the Engadget crew still can't put that game down. But it's lovely to see Neva, Indica, Animal Well, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, UFO 50, and the Plucky Squire landing some as well. Meanwhile, the best adaptation nominees are Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, and Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. A public vote is now open for all categories at the Game Awards website. The nominees for the entirely fan-voted Players' Voice Award will be revealed on December 2nd. The Game Awards 2024 ceremony takes place on December 12th, though many people will be watching for big trailers and game announcements rather than to find out the award winners. Pursue your dream of an aviation career with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This brand new simulator is designed to take advantage of the latest technologies in simulation, cloud, machine learning, graphics, and gaming to create the most sophisticated, immersive, and awe-inspiring flight simulator of all time. To achieve this unprecedented level of accuracy, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is powered by the significantly evolved Asobo Studio engine. Launch your aviation career wherever you choose in the world. Gain experience, build your reputation, and complete certifications to gain access to authentic aviation activities ranging from medevac, remote cargo ops, aerial firefighting, search and rescue, and more, all the way to becoming an airline passenger transport pilot. Set out on a truly global aviation adventure with virtually unlimited missions across the planet. Compete against other pilots in the all-new Challenge League mode, or hone your skills in dozens of activities ranging from exciting rally races and precision landings to low-altitude challenges and more. Fly head-to-head in the iconic Red Bull Air Races and the legendary Reno Air Races, including the new Roswell courses. Be a world photographer and travel across our beautiful planet to capture awe-inspiring natural vistas. Visit famous landmarks and record these adventures with pictures in your travel book. Unique photo challenges test your creative eye along with your piloting skills while you strive to capture the perfect moment. Enhanced Physics System allows 10,000 plus rigid body surfaces that enable the simulation of any shape of aircraft. Soft body physics supports cloth, ropes, balloons, and more. Improved ground and water handling further enhance realism. New, highly accurate aircraft systems including electrical, pneumatic, fuel, and hydraulic systems, payload and passenger systems, and avionics like the Universal UNS-1 FMS and Honeywell Primus Epic 2. Pre-flight inspections and walk-around checks add to immersion. Plan your flights with a groundbreaking flight planner which supports mobile games publisher Playtika has completed its acquisition of Dice Dreams developer Superplay in a deal worth up to $1.95 billion. The purchase was first announced in September, with Playtika set to pay $700 million upfront. The remaining $1.25 billion is subject to whether certain financial targets are reached over the next 3 years. Playtika's acquisition of Superplay has added 4 more titles to its mobile portfolio, 2 still under development and 2 already making waves. Superplay's first game, Dice Dreams, is currently a top 5 grossing casual title on Google Play and 7th among board games on the App Store. It has generated $517.5 million between those stores to date, according to App Magic estimates. Superplay's second biggest title, Domino Dreams, is also currently a top 10 grossing puzzle game on Google Play and ranks 11th in the App Store's board games category. Between the two marketplaces, Domino Dreams has generated $59.7 million so far. Let me spice up this hellishly entertaining adventure with more ridiculous details. Welcome to Oops, I Teleported to Hell Again, the story of the world's most directionally challenged demon hunter who somehow managed to take a wrong turn at Albuquerque and ended up in the Inferno. But don't worry, this isn't your grandma's hell, unless your grandma's really into pixel art and demon collecting. Picture this. You're armed with an arsenal that would make a supernatural pawn shop jealous. We're talking enchanted machine guns that probably run on sarcasm, swords that might have belonged to some ancient warrior, or were bought at Fantasy Costco, and a deck of spirit cards because apparently Pokemon was onto something with the whole capture your enemies thing. Speaking of which, every demon you meet can be turned into your own personal battle buddy through the ancient art of hitting them really hard until they agree to be your friend. The combat system is basically a chaotic dance party where you break enemy shields through killer combo moves. It's like DDR meets Doom, but with more collectible cards and fewer awkward memories. But wait, there's more! The Inferno isn't just some boring old lake of fire. It's got more variety than a supernatural theme park. Take a romantic stroll through beaches where the sand is probably made of crushed hopes and dreams. Explore forests where the trees definitely judge your life choices, or visit volcanic fortresses that really need to hire a better interior decorator. And speaking of romance, yes, you can actually date demons. Finally, a dating pool where literally from hell is a positive quality. When you're not busy swiping right on supernatural entities, try your hand at fishing in questionably safe bodies of water, become the first person to start a successful gardening business in hell, take that climate change, or help out local adventurers who are probably just as lost as you are. The best part? You can drag a friend into this beautiful mess with local co-op play, because misery loves company and demon hunting is better with a buddy who can revive you when you accidentally trip into a lava pit for the 15th time. With over 100 spirit cards to collect, you can build a deck that perfectly matches your playing style. Whether that's aggressive button masher or hide behind your demon friends and hope for the best. Just remember, somewhere in this beautifully chaotic pixel art world is a mystical key to get you home. Unless you decide that the Inferno's not so bad after all. I mean, where else can you find affordable housing, free heating, and unlimited demon dating opportunities? Just don't forget to write home to mom. Dear family, hell is lovely this time of year. The streams of the damned are quite melodic, and I've started a lovely garden of flame-resistant succulents. P.S. Please send sunscreen, SPF 666.